Have you seen Johnny Depp lately? Not in a movie or an old interview. I'm talking about recent photos, maybe from a concert or at an airport. Maybe you saw one of those blurry pictures taken by photographers online. Whatever it was, you probably stopped, looked twice, and maybe even whispered, "Is that really him?" And those few seconds when you weren't sure, that's exactly what so many fans have been feeling lately. Because Johnny doesn't look the way he used to, and I don't mean the normal way anyone changes when they get older. I'm talking about something deeper, something you can't quite figure out at first. It's in his eyes. The weight he's lost, the cane he carries, how quiet he seems now. The silence. Something's been off, and not in the big loud way tabloids like to shout about. No, this is different. This is quiet, subtle, real, and that's why people are starting to worry. We've known Johnny Depp for many years. He's been part of pop culture for as long as most of us can remember. From Edward Scissorhands to Captain Jack Sparrow to real-life court battles that made headlines around the world, Johnny's been through it all. Fame, chaos, heartbreak, starting over and coming back. And through it all, he's stayed visible. He never really disappeared until now. It started slowly. First, people noticed his weight. He looked thinner, almost weak. Then came the missed events, tours that got cancelled. No real reasons given, just doctor's orders, which, let's be honest, could mean anything. Next, fans spotted the cane. Not once or twice, but many times at different appearances. And while Johnny has always had a unique style with canes, rings, scarves, and hats, it became clear this wasn't just for show. Something was going on with his body. Still, he stayed silent. There were no official announcements, no updates, no interviews, just more cancelled shows and growing whispers. Some fans guessed it was stress, others said he was just aging like all of us do, but others feared something more serious, a hidden sickness, maybe something worse. There were rumors of a secret surgery. Some thought it was a relapse. Others pointed to mental health struggles, ongoing pain, or the long-term effects of years spent in the spotlight, constantly fighting both public and personal problems. And it's not hard to see how those theories started. Think about what Johnny's life has been like the last 10 years. He's gone through tough court battles that lasted for years, with every detail of his life, every message, every mistake, every painful memory pulled out into the open for the world to judge. Imagine the damage that does to someone, emotionally, physically, mentally. And before that, many years of film sets, endless travel, late nights, substance use, heartbreak, loss, and always the pressure to perform. To be Johnny Depp, the rebel, the artist, the charmer, the one who never breaks. But we all break sooner or later, and Johnny, he's no exception. So when people started noticing he wasn't the same, that he looked tired, unwell, even fragile, it wasn't just about getting older. It wasn't just about a cane or a few missed concerts. It was everything, all at once, and it felt like something was changing. That's when he disappeared. Not completely, but enough that fans noticed. He stopped posting. He avoided the press. He skipped red carpets. There were no big interviews or social media updates. It was like he just stepped out of the spotlight. And that's when the real worry started. Because when someone who spent their entire life in the public eye suddenly goes quiet, it usually means something. And in Johnny's case, it meant he was doing something most people never expected him to do. He was healing. Not in the flashy Hollywood kind of way, no fancy retreats or reality TV deals, no magazine cover stories. Just a man trying to figure out how to slow down, how to rest, how to get back parts of himself that fame nearly took away. People close to him say he's been focusing on his health, both physical and mental. He's working with private doctors, yes, but also trying holistic wellness. Think sleep therapy, light exercise, even spiritual practices. He's not trying to get super fit or prepping for another big movie. He's learning how to exist again without pressure. That's a big change for someone who's lived many years in survival mode. Think about that for a second. How often do we see someone famous, truly famous, step away without making it a media event, without turning it into a brand? That's what makes this different. Johnny isn't doing this for a comeback. He's doing it because he needs to. He's also spending more time in Europe, especially France. Over there, he's not Johnny Depp, the celebrity. He's just Johnny. He can walk down the street, sit in a cafe, paint, play music with friends, and rest. That kind of quiet isn't something he's ever really had in his adult life, and that quiet is starting to change him. Not overnight. This isn't some neat and tidy story with a perfect happy ending. Healing never is. There are still bad days, moments of pain, and setbacks. But there's also progress, peace, slowness, and most of all, purpose. He's not running anymore, not hiding, just living. And you know what's wild? We rarely get to see that, because most celebrities either burn out completely or disappear forever. But Johnny, he's choosing to stay, just not in the way people expect. He's choosing stillness, and that's a powerful thing. It makes you think, how often do we give our heroes the space to be human? How often do we see someone stumble and just let them heal without judgment, without rushing them back onto a stage? We expect so much from people like Johnny. We want the performances, the interviews, the updates, the charm. And when they can't give that anymore, we start to wonder what's wrong. We panic. We guess. But maybe nothing's wrong. Maybe they're just tired. Maybe they're finally listening to their own bodies. And maybe that's not a fall from grace, but a rise into something more honest. Because the truth is, Johnny Depp doesn't owe us anything. Not another movie, not another tour, not even an explanation. What he owes himself: rest, peace, health. And that's exactly what he's trying to find. So, if you're someone who's been worried about him, who's been looking through photos, trying to make sense of the changes, here's what I'll say. You're not alone. It's okay to feel sad seeing someone you look up to go through something hard. It's okay to miss the energy they used to bring, but it's also okay to be proud of them for taking time, for choosing quiet, for surviving. Because sometimes the strongest thing a person can do is nothing. Not perform, not post, not explain, just be. Johnny Depp is still here, still creating, still living, but now he's doing it on his own terms. And maybe that's the most rebellious. Stories are the ones that happen when no one's watching. You're not alone. He's not alone, and we're all just figuring it out, one quiet day at a time. Thanks for being here.